following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man them are thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't trust me, big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy, big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
British, I'm your wanna be, Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Stars.
Hey ho, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We have a great show for you guys today. Before we get started, let's say hi to my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Ron Russell.
Watch this, everybody.
He's not doing it because he's on TV.
We call him three-way.
He always wants to lick us.
Because when we kiss, he comes and he kisses us too. So we nicknamed him three-way.
So say hi, Astro. Hi, Astro.
Say hello, Astro, to your fans are out there, Astro.
So we want to give a warm welcome to the chat room. It's just starting to fill up. Lady Lake, thanks so much for all the promo help. You're the best. And we want to say hi to Goddess, who hasn't been in the chat room in a long time. Goddess, we missed you. I hope you're doing well.
Goddess.
Nice to see you. Yes, this is a new puppy.
You abandoned us.
But we're so happy to have you here.
It's
so
been
great.
so long since we've heard from you. I thought maybe you ran off with some prince or some very rich man and you're living in Monte Carlo.
Yes. She says smooches.
Huh?
She says smooches.
Smooches to you, Goddess.
Gotta have fun. So you guys, we got a really good show today. I'm very excited about it. We have one of the hottest directors in Hollywood today, Sean McNamara, coming on. He's a director, producer, writer. I've actually seen like probably 50% of everything he's ever done. And believe it or not, I didn't actually even know they were his movies until I started researching him. But I'm super excited about it, and I can't wait to have him on. And then we have Billboard dance artist Ashley Paul coming on with her producer, remixer, Mark Loverush, and he's going to be calling in from England. He's from the UK. So it should be a really fun show, something different. We're doing music and movies today, and I'm super excited. And I want to say, I hope everybody had a happy Father's Day. Ron and I got the coolest gift. You want to tell him about it, or do you want me to?
Well, they're tennis rackets, but they're not tennis rackets. They kill flies. The webs in the tennis racket are electrified, and they're on a stand, and flies go in and get electrocuted. Because we have a fly problem in the desert. You know, it's like Lawrence of Arabia. Remember all the flies in that movie? But anyway, flies in the desert are annoying. We had a very bad fire here up at the terminal, which takes you to the funiculare that takes you up to the mountain, the tram. And our eyes are really bad, and our noses are worse than last week. So my allergy is absolutely ridiculous. So are my daughters and everybody I speak to in Palm Springs. We're all suffering from the smoke of the burning. What do you burn in the desert? I mean, the desert has nothing to burn.
Bushes and stuff like
what tumbleweeds?
The tumbleweeds and bushes.
Because, really, what burns in the desert but rocks? So
he didn't tell you guys enough. So basically, they're like big racquetball rackets. They have a short handle and they're electrified. And you swing it and hit the fly, and the fly goes zzz, like that and dies. It's the coolest thing ever.
He hasn't stopped playing with.
I killed 2 flies this morning. Now I'm even going outside to count them.
I mean, because he used to play professional tennis. So now the poor man is old. He can't with his broken knee. So he plays killer fly tennis.
Oh my God, it's so much fun! I didn't notice that my shirt has a missing button.
Killing fly. Anyway, what can I tell you? When you marry them, you take them as they are.
Yeah, well, it's cool.
With all the good and all the craziness.
We also got a doormat.
Yes, with all our puppies.
With all our dogs. Pictures of all our dogs on the floor mat when you come from outside inside.
And we had a wonderful day. We were taken to lunch, and The girls made us a beautiful dinner, so it was a lovely Father's Day. But it always is, every Father's Day that we have is a special one. I was going to say something important, and you took me off track now.
Oh, okay.
I forgot what I was going to say. But what was I going to say? Talk while I think.
Okay, so you guys, we want to thank everybody for tuning in every week. You can hear the show, the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. We're on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Prime, which I might have said already. No, I said Amazon Music. You can also soon be able to watch us on like Apple TV and a bunch of different like Roku and everything. And we want to ask you if you're going to stream it and listen to it on Apple Podcasts, because that's really good for us. So listen to us on Apple Podcasts.
And I'm suffering with this haircut because I hate my hair this combed or styled. But I'm doing it for the movie we're in, Clown Motel 3. I play a general in the Army, so I have to have this haircut because I can't have my normal wild, crazy hair and be a general. It just doesn't look well.
And
See, when I'm a general, this goes up like a little stupid wave goes in there like that.
We're actually shooting like 2 months from now. Actually,
Yeah, about we're shooting it in 8 weeks. Okay, so at least getting back to work will be fun.
And we're going to New York next week.
So we won't be on the air.
Next week we will be.
We will be? Oh, yeah, right. We're on live next week, and then the day after we fly to New York. And then for 2 weeks we won't be on.
We might be on one of those weeks, because Eileen and I were constructing some ideas of possibly maybe if we were like in the city or something, we would do like a live show of us walking around like we did in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yes.
And then when we come back, you guys, I don't know if you guys remember the 80s hunk Andrew Stevens, but he's going to be on the show when we get back for our first show back. So it should be a lot of fun.
Andrew Stevens. I mean, that name is such a fabulous name of beautiful people, because Angela Stevens, who all of you know, is so gorgeous and beautiful. She's a beautiful blonde. So we have beautiful Angela Stevens and handsome Andy Stevens.
Andrew. You know him.
Yeah. So it's a great name to have. Maybe I should change my name from Ron Russell to Ron Stevens. No. Oh, I don't qualify, you little thing, you.
No, you just can't
change it. You ex-husband, soon to be.
Actually, I forgot. So Andrew Stevens was in a ton of stuff, but like I think he's somebody famous too. His mom is Stella Stevens.
Oh, Andy.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Oh, his mom, Stella. Stella was my friend. Oh, Andrew Stevens is coming on?
Yeah.
Oh, it would be so nice to see him, to talk about his mother.
Which he has a documentary, Stella Stevens, The Last Starlet, that they're in post-production.
True. Stella Stevens was one of the sweetest. Oh my God, was she lovely. Just a gentle, sweet, lovely, lovely human being. I loved Stella. The last time I was with Stella was at Rock Hudson's house. Imagine, 20 years ago. With Jane Russell and Julie Newmar, Adrienne Barbeau. We were all there at an afternoon party. And that was the last time I saw Stella. And she said, we've got to get together, because she was writing a couple of books. And, oh, God, I'll be so excited.
It'll be fun. He's going to be a good one. He was very...
Because I loved his mother very much.
And he's got some really amazing credits on his own, like really big, like, $100 million movies that he was in. So it'll be a lot of fun. So that'll be when we come back. But I think we might try to do one show while we're gone and just see.
And, I never met him. Stella spoke of him, of course, with great love. But I've never met Andrew.
So we also want to say hi. So Stefan Bell just joined us in the chat room, and B. Claudia is in the chat room now.
Hi, Stefan.
And
did you find the way to get to the Mars yet? Have you designed
to get to Mars yet?
Have you designed a rocket that we can all get in and go?
I'd rather have you design a way for like you to think about money and it just appears.
yeah, Stefan. How about with your genius, you invent a money machine that we could put in our garage, and we could start printing like $100 bills. That would be nice.
I think it would be terrific.
Yeah. Stefan is a genius, by the way, folks. That's why we tease him. He's like one of these people that were just born a little weird, but super, super, super intelligent.
And super fun.
I think Stefan is from another planet. I really think he's an alien pretending to be human.
It could be.
I
It could
think
be.
so. We have to find out from Tina, his beautiful, beautiful wife, who is a sweetheart.
So Jeff Caperton just joined
You know,
us. in
there
the
are
chat
some
room,
nice
too.
people that we know. Not everybody we know is a phony, stupid ass jerk.
So we want to say hi. Jeff Caperton just joined us in the chat room. What's up, Jeff? How you doing?
Hey, Jeffrey.
And Stefan says working on it.
So work on it, Stefan. We really need that money-making machine. And please do it in American currency.
50s and 100s, no ones.
It makes it easier for us to shop if it's in American money. You know, you go to Europe, those euros flip me out because sometimes I think a euro is $1. No, it's not. A euro is more than $1. So when you're buying, say, a shirt in Europe and it's $30 or $50 in euros, it's really more.
Absolutely so. So anyway, all is good. We're looking forward to going to New York just to get out of the hot desert for a little while. Not that it'll be cool in New York, but it won't be the desert. And we'll
I
see some
cannot wait
trees.
to get out of the desert. I cannot wait to get back to New York, to walk on concrete sidewalks and see buildings and people and be alive again, because living in the desert is really boring, very boring. You don't see anyone because everybody's hiding from the 120-degree heat. Or
It was 114 the other day.
yeah, or they get in their cars and they drive. Nobody walks or talks. So it's not a very pleasant, it's not a friend. California is not very friendly to begin with. East Coast is far more friendly. Florida, New York, people are very friendly. Out here, they sort of get very weird. They change. I don't know what it is in California that makes people very sensitive and politically offended and all that bullshit. New York, nobody cares. They just want to go to dinner, have fun, and talk.
That's right.
We talk. New York are talkers.
And we're going to be there for a lot of fun stuff. We're going to go to Fire Island one day.
We're shooting a ghost hunt with Cardoso
Yeah, we're going to do a
Uno,
ghost hunt with Kadrol Show.
Carol.
Which, by the way, everybody really liked the show last week with all the little clips from the ghost hunt. We got a lot of comments that people liked it.
So we've decided to do another ghost hunt. But we don't know where yet. We haven't found a place.
Right. So we're kind of like working on it slowly but surely.
And I'm so excited to, I'm friends with Julian Schlossberg, who I love. And now Jimmy and I will finally meet him.
Oh, yeah. And you guys like Julian. Everybody
And you
knows
like Julian. So we'll probably shoot a little bit of video of us with Julian at either dinner or lunch, whatever it is we're going to do. But this will seal the friendship because I really, Jimmy and I both have grown so fond of Julian. He's such a genius at what he does. I've never seen a talk show host say, I'm going to do a radio show, and then the next week have every single movie star on that you could think of. I mean, the names of the people on his show are just incredible. And I suggest that you all listen to it. He's not visual. He's not a TV show. He's a radio show. And it's called Hollywood Movie Talk or Hollywood Talk?
Movie Talk with Julian Sands.
It's called Movie Talk with Julian
Schlossberg. Julian Schlossberg.
Julian Schlossberg. And his guests are all famous people. And he really knows how to interview. He interviews elegantly like they did years ago. He's not nuts like us. We do a crazy, fun show. He does a very sophisticated, serious show, but he gets the points across that he needs to get from his celebrities. He does a brilliant job.
Though, is one thing you have wrong about all that. He didn't just wake up to have a show. Don't forget, he had a show for 10 years.
No, I know that, but he just woke up now recently because he didn't have a podcast. He had a TV show.
And his show was on. No, he had a radio show at a radio network.
A radio show, I'm sorry. Yeah, right. So now he's not a podcast.
He's on Red Circle. He's a podcast, yeah.
So now he's a podcast.
And it's
So
very,
I
very
was
good.
right.
And he has great. He had Isabella Rossellini.
Yeah, who I
just
love.
huge, great people. So, and we just love him. We can't wait to meet him. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so
And
then
he's been a very good friend to me.
yes,
He's helped me. He's been very good. He's a wonderful man.
yes.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for something real quick. Keep talking for a
Keep
second.
talking.
Yeah.
This haircut, I really can't deal with it.
Oh, it'll
So
be fine.
short. You know, do you ever have that when you guys or girls, you went to the hairdresser or the barber and they gave you a lousy haircut and then you have to live with it? Isn't that like annoying? Especially when I'm known for my hair and eyebrows. If my eyebrows ever fell out and I got bald, nobody would know me. I could go anywhere. I could rob a bank and get away with it. Nobody would know me at all. It's amazing how certain things, features about us, people recognize. So now the eyebrows are there, but the hair's not.
That's just funny.
How does it feel, Jimmy, to be half bald?
I can't help it, so there's nothing I can do.
I'm going to have a bald guy in my life, a bald man. Ooh, Baldy. And I can call you Baldy.
No.
We'll get you a wig, a toupee. I'll get you a hairpiece. They have beautiful hairpieces now.
I'll never wear a hairpiece. I'd rather be bald.
You will not be bald. You'll wear a hairpiece. I
No, I'm
couldn't
not gonna wear a
stand you
hairpiece.
bald.
I'm not. First of all, it's been like this for 10 years, so it's probably gonna,
Yeah, but if you were
be
bald,
fine.
you'd really look like an old man. Something just hit me in the eye.
That's okay. So,
A fly just hit me in the eye, Jimmy.
I didn't bring the thing in here with us.
On my eyelash was a fly.
Anyway, so we're gonna bring on our first guest. It looks like he's joined us for the chat. Bring him
Good.
in, Juan.
Hey,
There you are, Sean.
How are you?
how's it going, Jimmy and Ron?
Going
I'm
great.
good.
How are you?
Awesome.
Wow, you look so different in all your pictures. I like this one.
And I'm jealous of your hair.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
You
mine.
got a little Sammy Hagar thing going on there from like I Can't Drive 55 days.
I like it, Sammy.
When my hair's not cut like this shit, it looks like yours, and I miss it.
It looks
Would you
perfect.
ever wear your hair like this, like I have?
Yeah, he has a
I,
picture.
I have. There are many pictures of me like that.
For a movie, right? Not for real.
He's an actor. He's not an actor. He's a director. So.
I know that. Listen, I wouldn't have this haircut if it wasn't for a movie I'm in. So I want to apologize, everybody, for this very, very distinguished old man. He looks like a toupee. Old man haircut.
Anyway, let's introduce
Anyway,
him.
back to you.
All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, director, producer, writer, one of the hottest directors in Hollywood today, Sean McNamara. Hello and welcome to the show. We're excited to have you.
Thanks for having me. This is great.
We have a chat room filled up with people, so please say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hello, everybody in the chat room.
There you guys. And you guys can follow Sean. He's on Instagram at McNamara6262. I'm so excited to have you on. So I know all the stuff that you've done recently. And I know you have a huge movie getting ready to come out that we're going to talk about. I actually have the trailer for it. But I didn't know that you did a bunch of this other stuff until I was researching that you were coming on the show today. You're one of the only guests that I didn't have to watch any of their stuff because I've already in my lifetime seen like half of everything that you've done.
What are they, Mal?
So my favorite one of my favorite movies, and this is going to show you what a geeky, like weird person I am, but Raise Your Voice. You guys with Hilary Duff, Oliver James, David Keith, Rita Wilson, Rebecca De Mornay, John Corbett, Jason Ritter, Kat Dennings. Great soundtrack. I love that guy, Oliver James. He's in a lot of great movies. And everything that you've done is so like family friendly, uplifting. I love the fact that you do, movies with real, positive messages as far as everybody
feel good movie.
instead of everybody getting killed and shot up and hookers and all that kind of shit. So I love it. But that's one of my favorite movies. I've seen it like 50 times. It's a great movie. And so congratulations on that. And I like the first Cutting Edge better than your Cutting Edge. But when you did the Cutting Edge movie, it was also great. I didn't really realize like what a huge career you've had, because I've seen all your latest stuff too, which we'll talk about. But I saw On a Wing and a Prayer, I saw The King's Daughter, I saw Mighty Oak, I saw The Miracle Season, I saw Space Warriors, Soul Surfer, one of the best adaptations of a real life, tragedy that I've ever seen, and Bring It On, Fight to the Finish, which we've had Rachel Brooks Smith, Nikki Suhu, and Holland Roden have all been on the show.
That's amazing. Boy, you know a lot of the films I've done. This is awesome.
I know almost all of them, and so we'll talk about Reagan first because I think it'll be a lot of fun. So you've got the brand new. Everybody's talking about the Reagan movie.
Reagan movie.
You directed it.
You're directing the Reagan movie?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's coming out next month. It's already.
How did he do?
It comes out on August 30th.
How did Ryan? What's his name? Did it?
Dennis Quaid,
Wait,
Yeah,
phenomenal. I've worked with him a couple of times on Soul Surfer, on A Wing and a Prayer, and he's just a genius actor. I mean, there's nothing like working with Dennis Quaid.
he's a good actor, but I don't think he looks anything like Ronald Reagan. How'd you do that?
Oh, you should see the trailer. He looks
right.
just like
Look at
Ronald
the
Reagan.
latest trailer.
That's it.
Because his personality is so opposite Reagan. No,
It's
really.
somehow he's just a really good actor. He embodied Reagan. It's pretty amazing.
So you guys in the new Reagan movie that comes out, when is it coming out? August 30th? Is that what you said?
August 30th. Yes.
So in this movie, you guys, is Mina Suvari, C. Thomas Howell, John Voight, Dennis Quaid, Penelope Ann Miller, Amanda Rigetti, Robert Davi, who's been on our show a million times, Kevin Dillon, Randy Wayne, which Ron's been in 2 movies with, Paul Taylor, who was Pinhead. You know, he's been on our show a couple times. Xander Berkeley's been on our show a bunch of times, and so has Marshall Teague has been on our show a bunch of
And
times.
I know John Voight because his daughter, Angie, Angelina Jolie, who was Angie Voight, grew up in my house with my daughter. They were good friends in elementary school. So John is a good guy. What does he like to work with?
Oh, he's the best. I mean, I've done like 8 films with John Voight, and on this one, and what inspired me to do the movie is it's all from the Russian point of view of Ronald Reagan, from the time he's like 10, 12 years old till the time he's 90 and passes away with Alzheimer's, and it's all told through John Voight, who is a Russian spy.
Oh my God, I can't wait for it to come out. I mean, there's such big buzz about the film.
I was going to say, is it a pro-Reagan or anti-Reagan film?
It's definitely pro-Reagan in that it shows his whole life, not just the part he was president, but it brings up AIDS, it brings up Iran-Contra, it brings up all of these things. It shows all his warts, all his flaws. And so I think that's what people are responding to. It's not just it also shows when he was a boy, when he was being raised by his mother and an alcoholic father, like how that affected him when he became the president of the Screen Actors Guild and had to fight it out with the mob and with all the unions. And then when he became, he went for president and he lost. And then he was basically retired until he was like 69 years old. And then he became president. So it follows his whole life. So there's sections. And another part that inspired me was the Hollywood era, because, you never knew that he got fisticuffs with guys, that he carried a gun. These are things that you didn't know about Ronald Reagan. And yet there's all these cool parts that's what inspired me to show the stuff we've never seen before, the things you can't look up on YouTube.
Everybody thinks that Ronald Reagan was like the choir boy, the altar boy. Meanwhile, he banged half of Hollywood. There wasn't, no, really. He was notorious because I know 2 actresses who banged him from that era. They're dead, of course. But Reagan was very handsome. He was married to, what's her name? I forgot. The movie star. Did you show that in the movie? What was her name?
Yeah, Mina Suvari is playing her, and she
I can't think of her name.
What was her name? What's it?
She's a famous actress. She was on Falcon Crest. She played the lead in Falcon Crest. Why the hell do I care? I know that name. Very famous actress who was
all right, B. Who was married to Ronald Reagan?
Who couldn't control him because of his womanizing.
I love it.
I wonder when he was married to Nancy if he was fooling around. John Crawford, he banged everybody.
So to give you some context too, while you're looking at to see
What was her name? This is ridiculous. She won an Academy Award for playing
Jane Wyman.
Jane Wyman.
Jane, I thought you were talking about somebody else. No, that's what Mina Suvari plays.
So
Okay, yes, Jane Wyman.
was Jane Wyman in the movie?
Yeah, Jane Wyman is in. Yeah, that's Mina Suvari.
I like
thought it was the other 2 you were talking about. I'm like, I don't think that person or those people are in the movie.
so Ron.
No, he only married Jane Wyman and then Nancy.
Yes.
He was only married twice, but he was a very handsome, notorious Hollywood wolf. He ran with the pack. And people, when he was president, just thought that he was a virgin and, apple pie. Did you stress how wrong he was with not mentioning the word AIDS in the film?
Well, we show how he did not get to it in a timely manner in that time. So that's definitely one of the flaws.
Elizabeth Taylor made him say it. I knew Elizabeth Taylor, and that's one of the things I spoke with Elizabeth Taylor, because I was working for her when she did the Elizabeth Taylor Foundation for AIDS Research. And I said, what was with Reagan? She said, oh, he was terrified. He would never, he was a homophobic and he was terrified. Did you show that in the film?
No, just that he's late.
I think you guys haven't seen the film yet.
No, we haven't seen the film.
That's why I'm quizzing
I
you.
definitely think you should need to see the film. I think it was just he saw that it was a problem and he didn't move quick enough on it. That is mentioned in the film.
Okay, so I think it's terrific. First of all, I think that. So I have a question about this. Did someone come to you and say, "Hey, we want to make a movie about Reagan," or did you come up with say, "Hey, I want to make a movie about Reagan," and directed it? Like, how did it actually all come about that you got to be the person who's basically at the helm of such an important movie?
A couple of reasons. Mark Joseph is the producer, and he hired John Avildsen to direct it. And he's the Rocky director and a fantastic director, one of my favorite directors. And then he passed away. And that's when they came to me. This was after Soul Surfer. And I was, when I was 18 years old, I got my first job doing Reagan's inauguration. I plugged in microphones, did sound for it. So when he said we have a Reagan movie, I was like, well, that's interesting. My first job in the business was working for him, just doing, behind the scenes stuff. And he came to me, I read the script. And it was when I read that it was from the Russian point of view, I said, all right, this is interesting. This is something we got to do.
Oh my God.
Do you think you're going to lose a gay audience because of what Reagan did with the AIDS problem? He was responsible for millions of gay guys dying because he never.
And that's brought up in the film. So that's absolutely, we don't shy away from that at all.
So I'm glad about that because I'm gay and I don't care for Ronald Reagan at all. I was very anti-Reagan because of his refusal to help us when we needed help desperately. So the film really, I hope it's honest because I hate when they glorify a villain. So is it an honest film?
Save judgment until you see the movie.
I'm
Absolutely.
No,
we're going
to.
We can't wait. I can't wait to see it.
Sean, we have 5 million people that watch this show. So I want to help out everybody that's going to watch it.
We want 5 million of our people to go see it.
Yeah, well, they'll see it if it's going to be truthful. But if they're going to glorify this man and make him out to be something he's not, then the film.
There's no glorification. I don't know if you've seen my other films like Soul Surfer.
So let's play the video though, because Soul Surfer is great. Let's watch the video,
and I will see your film, and I will write about it, and I will tell people what I think about it.
I can't wait. So what I want you to do is for you to actually give us a little introduction. Like, here's the trailer for it, and then hang on, we'll play it for everybody. I hope YouTube doesn't flag us, and then we'll be right back.
Right.
You got it. Well, here's the trailer for Reagan, president with all his flaws and all his good points. And I'd love you to see a piece of history.
Good.
Oh, Juan.
Where are we?
Hey, Juan. Juan, what happened? Live. Okay. He's just. Hey, Juan.
In the meanwhile,
He's got his thing off. So hey Juan, where are you? Sorry, everybody, we're working on it. I don't know what happened. What the hell, Juan? Hello, Sean, come back for a sec. Hang on.
I'm here.
I don't know what happened. I'm sending him a message.
Because Sean, I am in a predicament right now. I have a movie that is about a Jewish woman during the war, Second World War, who's a hero. And it's a wonderful film, and it's pro-Jewish. It shows how beautiful Jewish people are, the family life. Yet, money people are saying, not now, not with the anti-Semitism that's going on. Hamas people will be outside picketing your movie, and no one is going to go see it that's anti-Semitic.
Are you finished with the film? Is it made?
No, we're trying to get the funding.
Trying to raise
we had somebody.
I'm in an interesting position because I just finished Bao Artist at War, which is coming out in November, and it is about Joseph and Rebecca Bao, who were highlighted in Steven Spielberg's Schindler's List.
Schindler's List,
And
yeah.
we were the couple that got married. And so I made it last year thinking I'm making a story about something that happened 70 years ago. And here we are in this just crazy world right now. So it is a very real situation that we have to be dealing with.
Yes.
I know. So now we have politics to worry about. So your movie is now becoming a
I've
political.
heard big things about the vow
it'll
also.
be. Listen, in the gay community, it will be a political conversation. There's no question about it. And I think that's what we have to stop. It's entertainment, folks. It's not politics. My movie is about a lovely Jewish woman who helps win to save the Brooklyn Navy Yard from being destroyed. It's a comedy. It's starring Renee Taylor from The Nanny, who's wonderful, and a very big cast. But we can't go forward with it because of the terrible anti-Semitism in our country right now, which has got to stop, because America does not allow this. We don't allow it with blacks, Hispanics, or gays. So why are we allowing it with Jewish people? It's got to stop.
Absolutely, I agree 100%. And I've heard big things. So when I Googled you, so much stuff comes up. It's not even funny. But actually, Juan says he's ready. So everybody, go ahead and introduce it again, Sean.
Take two. Guys, take a look at the Reagan trailer, due out August 30th in theaters all over the country. And this is the story of Ronald Reagan's life, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
There you go.
Welcome to your life.
There's nothing a retired governor can do, but a president, now he can do a thing or two.
Everybody wants to rule the world.
I will be frank with you that as a citizen, I would not like to see any political party outlawed on the basis of its ideology, because I still believe, Mr. Chairman, that democracy can handle it.
I was a brand new KGB officer, given my first intelligence assignment. A certain actor and union leader.
Dutch, there's a purpose for your life.
You can run from a bully for so long, but after a while, you're gonna have to stand up to him.
There's about to be another war right here in Hollywood. The commies on one side, the mob on the other. And you're right in the middle, son.
If you put as much work into your career as you do making your speeches, you'd have an Oscar by now.
Hello, I'm Nancy Davis.
Hello, Nancy Davis. I'm Ron Reagan.
I'm curious, Ron. What would you say is the issue of our time?
No question about it. Communism and the Soviet Union.
Get in the game. Run for office.
It's you!
I'm running for governor, and I would like your vote.
I forgot your name.
Do his initials help, RR?
Honey, Roy Rogers is here! And he's running for governor!
Ronnie, remember when we met? You told me that you wanted to make a difference in this world. You know what you have to do.
Governor Reagan again, typically, is against such a proposal.
There you go again.
But he was not afraid to take us on.
There's nothing a retired governor can do about the Soviets, but a president, now he can do a thing or two.
Welcome to your life.
I was a lifeguard on a river,
There's no turning back.
And I learned how to read the currents. Not just the ones on the surface, but also the ones deep underneath the water. I am about to start the biggest war of this century, and I'm not going to fire a single shot.
You're gonna blow up 8 years of diplomacy.
Well, if you think that got their undies in a wad, you just wait.
What did the president know, and when did he know it?
What would you have me do?
I want you to fight!
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Wants to rule the world.
Looks fantastic. I think Nancy Reagan looks just like Nancy Reagan, too. She looks just like her.
That's Penelope Ann Miller. She's a terrific actress, and most people comment on the love story that goes on in this movie. That's really the heart and soul of Reagan, the love story between Nancy and Ronald.
I love it. I can't wait.
You didn't show how Elizabeth Taylor fought with him and couldn't stand him. I
I actually met Elizabeth Taylor when I was in 1987 when they redid the Statue of Liberty. I hung out with her. I drove her from the set to the helicopter. And even at that age, in her 60s or maybe almost 70s, she was gorgeous. And
Oh,
those
she's
eyes
beautiful.
were just stunning. Elizabeth Taylor was amazing.
Elizabeth was a beautiful person.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Taylor was a girl. She was not a woman. She was a little girl. If you got to know her well, she wasn't big like you saw. She was a little person. Very sweet. Very sweet.
So you guys, Reagan's coming out August 30th. I want to talk about some of the other great films that you've actually done that I've seen. Again, you worked with Dennis Quaid on a Wing and a Prayer, which is a great movie. You've made some kind of conscientious decision to do, films that are, I guess I don't know, non-woke. I don't know how you say it, but like good family films and good family entertainment and stuff that resonates with a large audience, because all your films pretty much are that way. So I'm assuming that that's done conscientiously.
Well, I mean, I try to put good films out there, and with subject matter that I like. I mean, Soul Surfer, I'm a surfer, so what better way to go to work every day and be near the ocean and just tell a true story? I try to just tell their story. They're all legit. Checking 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, hello.
You know what? This film will make a big noise, and it's going to make money because everybody's going to go see it. It's a controversial film. It's a film that people are. I know. I'm encouraging the gay world to go see this film and to voice your opinion about it. And we have an old saying in our business: even bad publicity is good. So any kind of publicity about a film, and this film is definitely, when it hits the gay community, it's going to make a great impact.
The whole community, because everybody wants to know about Reagan.
Well, it's basically about, I think, out of all of Reagan's doings, the most famous, what's the word I'm looking for? The most known thing is the AIDS event. I remember fighting with people trying to get Reagan to help us, to get the funding, to find some kind of something, because we were losing each other like crazy. Hundreds of gay people were dying. And that's why Elizabeth Taylor went public and she said, nobody wants to use the word AIDS. I will. And she did. And she became the spokesperson for AIDS. Straight people don't really give a shit about what I'm saying because they say, they're fags, who cares, let them die anyway. But gay people will love what I'm saying because I'm telling the truth about something that really affected us.
So let's go on. Let's move forward.
And it's hard to get over it. And I think this film may help Reagan out a little bit if they show a human austere. He wasn't a people president. My opinion. This is only my opinion. Now we all have to go see your film to see who's right, me or you.
Right. I just hope you go and watch it in that
Oh, I
light.
definitely will.
We're definitely going to watch it.
And I will write about it.
First of all, the fact that so many people that are in it have been on our show, it's amazing.
Yep.
So we're looking forward to it. So I want to go back though. So
now, wait a minute. And John Voight would not be in the film about a politician, because John Voight is a Republican, an outrageous Republican, and he wouldn't be in a film that would be against Reagan.
Absolutely not.
So I base it on John's good taste. John is in this film because he has good taste.
John has amazing taste. He's super, super talented, and he's a wonderful, just creative artist to watch. You're going to love his performance.
I can't wait.
And he's a regular Joe. He's a nice guy in person.
Yes, very much so.
He's real. He's not a Hollywood wacko.
So one of your other recent movies was The King's Daughter, which was a great movie starring Pierce Brosnan, William Hurt, Kaya Scodelario, Pablo Schreiber. How was it working with Pierce Brosnan? Because I think Pierce Brosnan is freaking awesome.
Pierce is great. I mean, he's just an incredible actor again, and he's he played King Louis XIV. I mean, he was just incredible, and we got to shoot it at Versailles in Paris. I mean, you can't beat that. And I got to tell you, another great actor who we've lost is William Hurt.
William Hurt, forget it. You got to be kidding. He's wonderful.
He was just incredible to work with, he left the movie where the train came over the track and killed Sarah, and he came to me in Paris right after that, and he was broken, and he used our film to get out of that state of mind. But he's an extraordinary actor.
Didn't you do 2 movies with William Hurt? I think I remember.
Yeah, Miracle Season.
Okay, yes.
Miracle
Yeah,
Season 2.
I loved his work. So in other words, none of these actors are pay to play, right?
No.
Oh, stop it, Jim. I'm making a joke. Because that's the problem I have today with being in certain movies I'm in, because we have too many pay to play performers and they fuck up the scene. They fuck up us as we're doing something creative. I'm in the business 64 years, so I know what I'm doing. Then I'm working with a pay for play person who like, okay, you know. So what are we going to do about this pay for play, Sean?
He's not involved in it. He doesn't.
I want to hear his opinion of it. He's a smart.
I just like working with super talented actors because I think they bring me gold. Like, for example, Pierce Brosnan was somebody who was good with rehearsing or not rehearsing. It's just like, yeah, show it to me once and we'll get it there. William Hurt, instead of going out drinking every night, he'd say, let's get all the actors together and just rehearse the scenes. And so putting those 2 groups of people together was a very interesting challenge. But there's nothing like it. I mean, I like to rehearse. I like to get a little rehearsal in there for the actors and for me, so I know what I'm doing by the days that we actually roll the cameras on.
How can you do a scene without rehearsal? You don't know your marks yet. You don't know your moves, and you don't know your expressions. You know, you rehearse, and that's how you become the character. I love rehearsal.
I love rehearsal. And I'm talking like 2 weeks, 3 weeks out before we shoot. We go, we break bread, we read through the script if they have ideas. And I find the actors have the best ideas because they've gotten further into the character. I may have figured out how to shoot the movie, but they get into their own character and they just bring gold left and right. It's fantastic.
I believe in table readings. I believe in rehearsals. And I believe in the director who will talk to the stars or the actors after they shoot the scene and say, you know what, when you did that, I didn't like it. So let's do it without you doing that. Okay. The films that I'm in, most of them are not high budget. They don't give a shit what you do. So even if it stinks and you look bad and it makes the scene wrong, they let it go because they shoot it with a cell phone or something. I don't know what they do. And they call themselves filmmakers. What's your opinion of this?
I like to let the actors go. I want them to bring their gold and do whatever they want to do. Now, if they go too far off script, I'll say, can you do one where we say this line or you look up at this line? I might, say something like that. But with the rehearsal, one of the other reasons I like rehearsal is because then I know everything they're thinking about. And if we're going to change lines, let's change it, ahead of time. And then it gets into the script and everybody can see it. But I want them to feel free on the day. And if they're doing something like this, that's bothering, something's off with that, I'll say, can we try one where we don't do that at that place? Can we try, let's just, so we have it. And by the way, 9 times out of 10, I go with the actor's instinct. I mean, if the perfect line was to scratch your eye during this line, and it usually works way better than what I came up with. So I prefer that.
Now I know why you're a great director. And I would love to work with a director like you. There aren't too many around because seriously. I have Michelle Kanan, Sean Kanan's wife, is an excellent director because she's in a film that we're working on. Because Michelle will tell you maybe you should move to the right more and then sit less and do that. And Ron, when you're doing, that's the director I love because you're doing your job. I was in a movie called, I forgot what it was called. I played a minister and I'm marrying people and it's a big scene with a lot of people. And I said, where is the director? Oh, he's in another room watching you on the TV. I swear to God, am I lying?
No, he's not lying.
And this was a high budget movie. This was it was a lot of money.
It was more, not like his high budget, but no, it wasn't $100,000 movie.
Right. It wasn't a cheesy movie. And I thought, how is he directing us? He's in another room. What is this?
It's Video Village, and that's gotten like crazy. And right now there's too many people that have to be at Video Village. So I like to just have a little monitor and sit on a Apple box right next to the camera. So I can be like literally looking at the actor's face, but then check the shot, then look at the actor's face, and talk to them in a normal voice like this, as
Love
opposed to going, move to your right, move to your left.
I was in a movie in 1959 with Sophia Loren and Tab Hunter called That Kind of Woman. And guess who my director was? The greatest director in the world.
And you forgot his name.
I forgot his name. The most famous director in Hollywood.
Hang on, I'll look it up.
Sam Peckinpah.
He's looking it up.
No, it's not him, though.
I played a soldier. I have, again, about my hair. I'm famous for my hair and eyebrows. And he wanted the helmet, I forgot, on. And I didn't want
Sidney Lumet.
Sidney Lumet.
Sidney Lumet. Oh, my goodness
Came
gracious.
over to me and said,
He's 84, so you know, just so he goes way back.
Wait, yeah. He said, soldier, pull that helmet down because I had it back. I'm in a row with a bunch of soldiers now, watching Sophia Loren and Barbara Nichols walk by at a train station, and we're going, well, when we shot the scene, I pushed the helmet back so my hair could show.
So you can see
now,
him.
I was so stupid. I'm defying Sidney. I mean, the greatest director in the world. And the only way you know it's me in this movie now is in the lineup. When it opens the titles, you see my hair.
That's awesome. What's the name of the movie? I'm going to watch it.
That Kind of Woman.
That Kind of Woman. It's a
That
good
Kind of
film.
Woman.
It's a very good film. Sophia was upset working with Tab Hunter because he was too young. She liked working with older men.
So wait, let me do some bragging, a little bit more bragging for you. So first of all, you were in a movie, and now this is a movie that this must have been when you very first started, because you weren't directing or producing, but you were in a movie called Mother. And I only bring it up because Ron loves Diane Ladd and Olympia Dukakis.
Oh, I love
and so you were an
Olivia
actual
was wonderful. Olivia.
We got to get a clip of that. That is very cool. Yeah, they were all in the movie, and I was I was on the television set. I was like doing a reporting deal there, but I love that movie. That's a terrific movie.
Probably no other interview you go on brings up these obscure
That is
things,
definitely the first.
you know, and like that is like my thing. That and Raise Your Voice. So Three Ninjas, High Noon at Mega Mountain, which there's a bunch of Three Ninjas movies. So I loved all those movies. Matter of fact, I follow those kids now, some of them on Instagram, I think.
Let me just say something about Olympia. She was such an underrated actress. I mean, she was a fabulous actress in my eyes. I never really got to stardom, you know. And I briefly ran into her at one of my whatevers, and she was warm and held my hands in meeting me. And I said to her how wonderful an actress, and she was giving. I found her to be. Did you find her to be a warm, loving person?
Well, she was genius. I mean, I thought she was a major movie star. I mean,
Oh, she was never recognized as a
Not like a Meryl Streep or something.
never, and she was
Right.
better.
But it was quality
better
film
than
she was
Meryl.
in. It was a quality film. Olympia Dukakis is the
Oh,
best.
she was a wonderful
She doesn't
actress.
make any junky movies
No,
at all.
but she had an inner warmth that showed in every performance she did. You just loved her. You wanted to embrace her. And as far as Diane Ladd goes, I've never met her, but I would love to. I'd love to work with her.
And Scott Wilson was in that film.
I worked with Diane Ladd a few years ago on a Hallmark thing called Chesapeake Shore. So she's
Great
extraordinary.
show.
She's a great actress. She was an actress as a
She's
child.
fantastic. And she just holds the screen. She's just one of those.
And my other love of my life is, did you see that TV show that we just watched about the actress that was getting dementia?
It's on.
Oh my God! Have you seen
It's
that?
Jessica Lange, and it's on Max, and it's about a Broadway lady who can't remember her lines,
Jessica
but she's
Lange
getting-
is probably one of the greatest.
it's on Max, but you definitely got to see.
Jessica Lange is one of the greatest actresses of our day. You've got to see this movie. It's about an aging actress who can't remember her lines, and she's a Broadway star, and she has to wear an earplug. It's a fact. She is brilliant. Another one that you and I would probably love to work with, right, Sean?
In a heartbeat, Jessica Lange. I fell in love with her with King Kong, and then in Tootsie. I mean, my
It's called The Great Lillian Hall. It's
Right.
called, and it's on
You have
HBO
got
Max
to
or
watch
Max or
it.
whatever.
You
would
will love it. It's a fabulously, and it's directed beautifully. Whoever the director was, I forgot his name, did a brilliant job with it.
So you guys, some of the other Sean stuff that you would have seen, especially if you have kids, well, Yeah, I guess if you have kids, but like he's got Beyond the Break, That's So Raven, Dance Revolution, Just for Kicks, Phil of the Future, Even Stevens, the Even Stevens movie, the Sweet Life movie, Lab Rats, which we had Hal Sparks on the show, and so we actually talked about Lab Rats, and Baby Geniuses. Like those are like such great family kid fare. Even Stevens and all those shows, I guess they're Disney, right? Were they Disney?
That there was about, well, I've been on and off directing, but for about 20 years, I did a lot of Disney stuff. And that was
Wait
just.
a minute. Hold on. Stop. Hold. Go. Wait. Did you say 30 years?
20 years.
Oh, because I thought you were probably 30 years old. If even. What you started?
Like more and more, Ron.
How old are you? How old are you?
I am 39. That's as far as I like to go.
because you have a lot of stuff under your belt for a 39-year-old.
That's true.
He's got over 200 credits on IMDb.
No, he's
real credit.
Obviously, he's a very.
I loved it because I didn't see anything on your resume like, I don't know, like.
Listen,
listen.
I've been analyzing him as he speaks, and there's a reason why he is who he is, because he knows how to do it. Hello. He knows how to do it. He's from the old school. He knows how to work it. He knows how to do it with his actors, and he makes good movies. Because if a director cannot control his workers, the movie sucks. Am I right? That's your job. You're a director. Direct. That's what you're supposed to do. Not sit there and play with yourself. You're supposed to direct.
He even has a comedy that he did though called "Aliens Stole My Body," which I've never seen that, so I don't know what it is. But he likes aliens.
I love it. I have to watch that.
Those are for Universal, again, for young kids, family, and those are fun. We we made those films. It's based on Bruce Koval's books, and it's a movie. If aliens came today, and if they ended up in somebody's house, but they start off and they're only this tall. And so that's kind of the fun part of it. They're very small little aliens.
I also like the fact that you have a little bit of horror movies I saw on your IMDb, a lot of dramas, some comedies. You have pretty much family films. You've actually run the gamut of all genres, and you haven't really gotten pigeonholed as I'm a horror director or I'm a comedy director. You're doing everything, which is.
I think the old directors, like Ron was talking about, like a Sidney Lumet, they didn't corner people into what genre. They did all types of movies, which made them a better director. And you got to work with all different kinds of actors. And look, our bread and butter is the script and the actors. They're the ones who really get it done. The director just kind of moves it all along. But when you have a great.
I want to say something else. Let's put it this way. We were on the set, and the director was standing by a door, and one of the crew opened the door and hit the director. And the director turned around and slammed the door in the guy's face and was cursing him out. Okay, when I saw that, I said, this director is not nice. Tough guy from New York, Brooklyn. I locked horns with him because he was rude, crude, and terrible.
Wow.
To everyone on the set. I couldn't do good in the movie because I hated him so much. I resented him. And I did a scene where my line was, I was a mafia guy from Brooklyn, and the line was, "Oh, you mean the joint over there where the coffee cups smell like dirty ass, right?" And he said, "Oh, I love it, Ron. I want more and more and more." I couldn't give him any more. He said, "What happened? You lost it?" I said, "Yeah. I lost it because I hated him so much. I subconsciously couldn't give him what he needed." It is so important for a director to be nice and to be patient and to talk to an actor and say, "Listen, maybe you can do it this way. Not that was terrible. You were awful. Don't do that. Do it this way." You can't. It's like reprimanding a child and having a child, expecting a child to do what you want. So, directors out there that are listening or watching our show, be nice to your actors, or else your actor is not going to give you what you want.
Absolutely. And
you agree with me.
I also find every actor is different. Like if you think as a director, all actors are the same, you will fail miserably. But that's where part of like rehearsal, or what I'd say going to lunch or having coffee, is to get to know each other, get to know what you like and don't like. For example, when I'm on a set, I say, cut. brilliant, and that means we're doing one more. And then I'll talk to the actors, and I'll set the shot, and then I'll say, cut, genius. And everybody loves that, because once genius knows, we're moving on. But William Hurt didn't like that. And I said, okay, well, that's just my style. What do you like? What do you want me to say when you're perfect and we need to go on? And he goes, well, if it's not broke, it's not broke. So my whole thing with William Hurt was, okay, cut, not broke, moving on. And it was finding the way into it, and he loved that. And when I'm directing him, like a lot of actors say, I want to be placed here, I'm happy, sad, whatever it is.
Yeah.
He didn't like that kind of direction. What he liked is I would look at him and I'd say, all right, you've been in this carriage for 4 hours and you haven't eaten in 2 days.
Right.
That's all I'd give him. That he could take. Because I was setting something in his mind to think about, and then all of a sudden it was working for him. So, but I had to learn along the way, by having lunch and rehearsals, what different actors like and what actually gets them to a place where they want to give their best all the time.
Well, what I do is I like to be a part of the director. And after we shoot the scene, I say, did we get it? Yeah. I ask every director that, did we get it? Because a lot of times directors don't tell you if they got it. They just say, okay, and that, they let it go. So I say, did we get it? And they'll say, yeah, Ron, we got it. Great. Came out good. We did well. Anyway, the actor needs that encouragement.
Oh, absolutely.
We don't know what the fuck we're doing. We don't see it. You see it.
I learned my style from John Landis. I shadowed him like 30 years ago, and he was directing something. And at the end of each take, he did something. He'd go, stupendous or fantastic, or he'd do something. But it was always to the actors. He would go right to, or he'd say, that sucked. But it was bigger than life, but he went right to their face and he would talk to them. And then he'd turn to the crew and say, put the camera over here, do this with the lens, blah, blah, blah. But what I learned from Landis was you have to take care of your actors first, because they're making the magic happen. And then you move to all the technical stuff. Whereas I watch a lot of other directors who forget about the actors and are saying, oh, is that in focus? Or did we zoom in on that? Or should we do that? Like they're having these weird conversations, and the actors are just standing there and having no idea of what they just did. So I agree with you.
We don't know.
It's all about the actors on that.
So just a quick,
when I work, I have no idea what I'm doing. I think in my mind's eye that what I'm doing is right. I don't know until I see it. And then most of the time when you see it, you say, oh, shit, I should have not. Well, maybe I could have, but a good director will see what you're not comfortable or doing well, and he'll say another take. Today, unfortunately, there's no such thing as another take.
In low budget films.
In low budget films. If you're peeing in your pants, they say, okay, we can raise it. We'll cut it. There's no other take.
But it's interesting. Again, actors. I worked with Jeremy Piven last year, and he's an actor that says, keep it rolling. And then he'd go back to one, and then he'd do his lines again. And he says, don't cut. Just keep it rolling. Because he needed that energy to not stop.
You're in the moment. You're in the moment.
He was in the moment, and he wanted everybody to stay tight and stay with it. Where other people want to cut and then think about it, recheck the script, do all of that stuff. So anywho, that's what's going on there.
So when you did Soul Surfer, because I really like movies that are based on true stories, and it was such a tragic story. And I love Anna Sophia Robb. She's the girl who was in the Carrie Diaries, if you remember, the prequel to Sex and the City. Now she's become a huge star. Back then she was, developing her name. So how was she working? Because that was such a difficult subject matter. First of all, it's very emotionally draining. Just for me to watch it, I've probably seen it like 5 times.
So I was introduced to her, Bethany Hamilton, the girl who lost her arm. I always ask my subjects, who would you like to play you? And she said, Bethany Hamilton said, Anna Sophia Robb. No clue who she is. She goes, she was in Bridge to Terabithia. She was in Escape from Witch Mountain. So I went and watched Bridge to Terabithia, and I went, oh my gosh, if we could get her in our movie, we will have a hit. So then called the agents, did all the things. We had to meet in Beverly Hills. And remember, she's like 14 or 15 years old. She comes to me with notes this thick on the script, thicker than the script, a 15-year-old with everything that she thought about the character of Bethany Hamilton. And I'm like looking at her going, who are you? Like there was definitely an older soul in this little 15-year-old body. And she is just a genius actress. And we cast her and we taught her how to surf as much as we could because she's just all in. But she's one of those actors at that age who just knew she wanted to be an actress. She was already a movie star in the circles of people who knew kid actors.
Yes.
And she was just a joy to work with.
I just, now that you mentioned those films, I actually saw those films too, but I really enjoyed the Carrie Diaries because I liked the whole section.
Yeah.
But Sean,
so great.
if you think we're full of crap about seeing all these movies, let me tell you something. Jimmy and I watch every single night.
Well, since COVID,
2 films.
Oh, wow.
I have watched films for the last 60. No, how old am I? I'm 84. I started going to the movies at 5 or 6 years old when I was aware of what I was seeing. I have seen millions and millions of movies in my lifetime. So I consider myself a director, a producer, and a lighting man, sound man. Because when I watch a movie, I don't watch really the story as well. I watch your directing, I watch lighting, I watch sound, and most of all, I watch speech. I do not like actors that mumble. It may be part of the script, but you could do it in a way like they did in the 40s. We mumbled in the 40s.
We watched a lot of Turner
but we
Classic
made
movies.
people understand us. So it's so important for an actor to be to make his voice. I was on the stage most of my life, more than film. So I think that stage makes you a better actor. What do you think?
Well, I couldn't agree more because the stage involves rehearsal. You have to rehearse so that you have that time ahead of time with the actors. But if I were to give advice to young actors that maybe came from high school theater and stuff where they had that rehearsal time, you don't get it in television. So television, they may or may not have the same thing.
Oh, I hate television.
But what I say to them is bring something. Take the lines, learn your lines, and then bring something to it. The director will change it, but have some idea of what you want to bring to it. Don't wait for somebody to tell you what to do. Come with something, and then let that be adjusted.
Television is anal.
So Anna Sophia Robb was brilliant. Was
I
wonderful.
hate television because you have to know every single. The line has to be said exactly as written. You have no freedom of play in television. You can't think something up. Your moves are mechanical. It's terrible. Television's the worst place to work. And
we don't really watch
That's
TV
fast.
shows. Even
That
though
fast.
we watch movies, primarily movies, because I'm not an actor, but I produce a lot of films.
But movies
And
are far more fun than television.
Here's a question I want to ask because we only have like 2 minutes left.
Oh.
So I want
to say something before you go there.
Okay, so
I think you're great. Okay, and
Very
that's my seal of approval. Ron Russell said it because if you weren't great, I wouldn't say anything. But I think I would love to see you work with you. You're really a great director. You have all the right moves.
I know you're a great director because I've seen all your stuff.
No, listen, Michelle Kanan's a great director. There are a lot of directors out there today that know their stuff.
So here's my question. I ask this to everybody who comes on. We don't bring on as many directors as we bring on actors.
Because directors are full of shit.
You're not, but
no, you're not. You know how many people come on that I've met that are directors, and I ask them a few questions, and they they don't know what they're talking about. They want to be in the business. Am I right? How many of you met? I'm a director. What do you direct? Traffic? I mean, you're a director. What have you directed? Oh, I'm starting off. You're starting off, and you call yourself a director, you schmuck? It takes a lot of years in training.
Okay, so here's something I like to ask also, that we're going to change it up a little bit. So I usually ask actors, male and female bucket list, and you've already worked with so many people, but male and female bucket list, they could be living or dead, of actors, an actor and an actress that you would love to work with, or would love to have been able to work with if they're deceased. And then if you could have ever been involved in any movie ever that's ever been made, whether you were the director or the producer or whatever you do, what movie would you like to have been involved with?
Well, Peter O'Toole, as somebody that I'd like to hang out and direct. Marilyn Monroe, Roy Scheider.
Oh, Roy Scheider.
Brando. And then
all legends. You're naming the legends,
Well, they're saying just bucket list if I wanted to.
No, that's what you're supposed to do. That was the point.
But what I'm saying is right there, I would judge you by your taste. You're talking about you have an eye for talent. You know actors. that are good or bad. You're really
Actually,
interesting.
you met Peter O'Toole, didn't you?
I met Peter O'Toole. It was funny. Another one I peed with. I was at I peed with all these movie stars. I peed with how many movie stars?
A lot.
A lot. And one, in fact, I was peeing next to, and I invited him on our TV show while we were peeing. I was at a party in Manhattan at, what's his name? The famous choreographer's house. Anyway, I had to pee. So I went upstairs to the hallway where the bathroom was. Peter O'Toole was so drunk that he was still putting his dick in his pants in his zipper as he was walking down the corridor. And I said to him, this is really funny. I'm meeting your Peter. and he just looked at me and said something, I don't know what, with this heavy English accent. And then he leaned back, hysterical against the wall, laughing. And that was my encounter with Peter O'Toole.
I love it.
Incredible.
So wait, go back. Okay, a movie you would have liked to.
Peter.
A meeting.
I mean, to me, Casablanca is one of the best films ever made. And I study it every time I do one of my movies. I watch it for the camera moves and those close-ups. And I just look at how he knew how to get that face, on camera where you're just like, I don't think they knew it was as great as it was while they were doing it.
Lighting in those days. They knew how to light a star.
Yeah.
Lighting was everything in the 40s. Everything.
Yeah.
So you guys, this is Sean McNamara. His Instagram is McNamara6262.
Where do you live, Sean?
I live in beautiful Los Angeles and specifically Playa del Rey.
One day we should have lunch. I'd like to have lunch with you.
Oh, you got it. All right.
You guys,
it's the interesting conversation. I don't get much interesting conversation.
You guys, his website is.
We're married. Married people, they don't speak.
He's married.
Absolutely.
3 kids and 2 dogs, I think I read, right?
Yes.
3 kids and 2 golden retrievers, maybe.
I can swing the camera around. They're watching the interview over there.
Oh, hey guys! we have 3
thing.
rescues. We have 3 rescues. We love it.
That's awesome.
So you guys, it's SeanMcNamara.com is his website. The movie Reagan comes out August 30th, but you really want to go see all the other films, especially Mighty Oak. If you like music, it's a great film. And Raise Your Voice. I don't care how old you are. It's the greatest fun movie ever. Where tragedy turns into wonderful stuff at the end. So definitely check them. And also, On a Wing and a Prayer is a great one. I don't know. They're all great. I'm really impressed with your body of work. So thank you so much.
And I hope the movie Reagan becomes controversial.
All right.
Hope so, because that'll make tickets go up right away. Seriously, you give somebody something.
Then let's get back and talk about it, and we'll see if we hit or miss for you.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to really going to make a buzz. I'm positive. It's going to make a buzz, definitely.
So, Sean, thank you so much. We want to thank Holly Davidson from I Connect You PR for setting the interview up, and best of luck with everything that you do.
All right. Thanks so much, Jimmy and Ron.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sean.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yay. All right, everybody.
He's a nice guy.
Everybody in the chat room loved it.
See, now a director like that I'd love to work with, because he's with you. He's part of the film. Most directors today, either they don't know what they're doing, they don't care what they're doing, or whatever. But that's why we have such crappy films out there. Poor direction. A great actor, and I'm not saying me, I mean those actors that are great, they need a good director to pull out of them what talent they have. If a director cannot pull talent out of you, the performance sucks.
I love all his picks for the movies, Casablanca, all the the
that
stars
shows
and stuff.
His taste. He's got taste like me.
Yeah, it's very.
I
very
have the
good.
same taste. Everything he said, I agreed to.
Everybody in the chat room loved him. And you guys, he really does have some great movies. But you definitely want to see Soul Surfer. Ron wouldn't see it because he didn't like the subject matter was too disturbing.
What
Soul Surfer is the one where the 15-year-old girl is surfing and the shark bites her arm off.
Oh no!
It's a true story. But it's really, you guys, it is a phenomenal movie, and she ends up becoming a surfing champion with only one arm, and it's a true story.
The biting off of the arm. I'm in these, not anymore. Well, I'm in some cheesy horror movies, and I hate them. I think they're really damaging to the young to see all of this violence and chopping and blood and guts, and
This is different though, because this is just a one-time thing. 'Cause it's
I
a
know,
true
but I couldn't
story.
deal with it.
It was really, you guys.
I could not
see
deal
Soul
with it.
Surfer, you guys. It's such a freaking great movie. Literally, I've seen it like 5 times, so it's very inspirational.
No,
In the meantime, one of our next 2 guests is on, so let's go bring him on and say hi.
Okay.
Hello, Mark. How you doing?
I'm good, you?
Good. Oh, I love the British accent. That's so much fun.
Well, now we have a good-looking one on. I like when we have handsome people on because our women in the audience goes crazy. They love us. My email sometimes is, Ron, put this one on. He's put the hot. Put this other guy on hot. So I think there's a bunch of horny old ladies out there that are just horny.
Yeah, except for
a hot-looking guy.
Except for he's a member of Tribe.
He's what?
He's a member of Tribe.
What does that mean?
He's got a husband for
Oh,
23 years.
He's
He's a dance music. So you're a producer and a DJ.
He's family.
Yes, he's family.
Guess what? We got a bunch of frustrated old fags out there who are going to go stand up, show a little basket. Look at the athlete. Open your shirt.
There we go. There we go. There you go, everybody.
The old queens in Palm Springs are on fire.
So you guys, this is Mark Love Rush, and we also have Ashley's coming on in 1 second, you guys, and then we're gonna have Ashley Paul and Mark Love Rush.
So tell me about your husband.
Lee, my partner Lee, he was in a famous boy
Oh,
band.
you're not married? You're not married?
Yeah, we're married. Yeah, we were married for 23 years. Yeah.
Good.
He was in a boy band.
Yeah, he was in a boy band in the 90s called Two Thirds.
And have you married 16 years?
23.
23. But you look 23.
No, I'm 45.
No, you don't look, how much?
45.
You don't look 45.
Oh, thank you
So
very
he
much.
must take good care of you.
Okay, so we're gonna bring on Ashley real quick and see.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you? Thank you for having me. Hi, Mark. Mwah.
Hiya.
Hey, guys.
Look at all that hair. Oh, I miss my hair.
You still got good hair.
I'm in a movie where I play a general, so I had to have an old man general haircut. Usually my hair's wild and I look good. This sucks. Look at her beautiful hair. Could you give me some hair? Could you cut some off and send it to me? And I'll crazy
cut
do
some.
it.
So real
I
quick.
need a haircut. I need
Real
a haircut.
quick.
I'll send you some.
So Mark, like, what do I call you? Like, because you're like a producer, DJ, or like, what do I actually?
Yeah, so basically I'm a producer. I'm one half of Love Foundation UK with.
Yeah, I knew that. We're going to talk about that, but I want to do an intro for you guys.
Produce. I'm producing mainly now.
Okay, so you guys, now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, Billboard dance pop singer, songwriter, performer Ashley Paul, and Mark Love Rush, who's a phenomenal music producer and one half of the Love Foundation. Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, you guys.
Oh, thank you so much for having us.
We're so excited to be here.
Good. This is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host Ron Russell.
The better half.
Nice to meet
Lovely
you.
to meet you both.
Mark's in England, and Ashley, where are you?
I'm in LA.
Oh, okay, perfect. Do you actually live in LA?
Sometimes I live in LA, sometimes I live in Miami, and sometimes in the UK.
I was born in Miami, so I'm from Miami.
Now, wait a minute. You're an actress.
No, she's a singer.
A singer.
No, I'm a singer, songwriter, and performer.
Are we going to hear you? Are we going to hear you sing?
Yeah, they have a new song. The reason why we brought the two of them on is because we're going to play a new song that's the two of them, and they're doing an album. Well, he's half of Love Foundation. Love Foundation. I want to make sure I get the name right.
That's
Half
right.
of Love Foundation, and so she's doing an album with the two guys from Love Foundation.
I never research our guests. I like it.
I do.
No, I like it
I
fresh.
think that's great. I think it's better when it's spontaneous with these kind of introductions. I like it too.
I want to please our 5 million people that are watching you right now. 5 million folks. And I want to feel what they feel. They know nothing. I know nothing. So it makes the interview better. I hate fucking interviewers that are full of shit. They read the thing and say, "Oh, get the fuck out of here."
I just take notes.
It's gotta be, you know, like friends.
So you guys,
he is so cute.
So
you know what? If I wasn't married to him, I'd come to England.
So
to London. You like old men?
I actually live in Wales.
Oh, in Wales. That's awesome. So you guys, Love Foundation.
It's very cold in Wales.
We just want to give a shout out. Love.
Where'd you
So
go?
Mark's partner is called Julian Napolitano, and they are Love Foundation. Even though he's not here, we wanted to just like give him a shout out. That he,
Thank you very
they have a brand new hit. They have a brand new hit. But before first of all, you guys say hi to the chat room.
Hello.
Chat room. Hi, everybody.
Hello. How are you?
Yay! So you guys can find out more about Ashley by going to ashpaulmusic.com, and Ashley Paul's Instagram is official_Ashley_Paul, and Mark's is at Mark Lovebrush79. Does that mean you were born in '79? Because that's usually
I was indeed. Yeah.
Yes, that's why they put those things.
And
up
for
there.
those of you who are listening and not watching, he's really handsome and she's really pretty. So we have a very nice show today. You know, sometimes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the compliments. You know, I've never smiled so much in my life.
No,
You know
looks are half of your success. You know that. Unattractive people have to work harder at being successful. Beautiful people are successful easily.
Not easy,
Aren't
easier.
Aren't we?
So real quick,
You guys are so funny. You guys
Let
are
me use-
hysterical.
We're gonna do a little bragging real quick.
Yes.
First of all, I want to go back. So before you came on, Ashley, we were talking about Mark's partner, husband, Lee.
Okay.
And I just want to mention because I'm gonna look up 2/3 because I don't know. I'm a huge boy band fan. Every time I used to go to England growing up, I would buy all the boy band albums. And the fact that they were on top of the pops with the song "I Want the World," but M People, East 17, PJ and Duncan, Take That, and Boyzone. I have all that music from when I was younger. I love Take That, especially out of Take That and Boyzone, especially out of all that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then I noticed that that Mark also has done stuff with Paul Oakenfold with Matt Goss, and I love Bros. When Will I Be Famous? The greatest song ever. So I was all excited when I saw all of that.
And I have no idea.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, he has no idea. And then with Ashley, you guys, so besides the fact that she's had all kinds of hits, you guys might know back in the day she had a really big song called, what was your big I wrote it down, but now I don't see it.
When Boys Cry.
When Boys Cry, you guys. It was number 36 on the Billboard dance charts. She had a hit single recently called Bingo Baby that has done extremely, extremely well. She also has opened for Natalie Imbruglia, who I fucking love, Natalie Imbruglia. LaBouche, who's been on the show. Shannon, who's been on the show. Karina's been on the show. Robin S. has been on the show. I read that you got your first record deal at age 12 and that you studied jazz and classical music and acting, and then you got to work with Tommy Tune. She's still
Tommy.
I did. I
Tommy
just
Tune.
lost it. But
Nice
yeah,
guy, nice guy.
You know what? Tommy Tune. What
He's a
an
sweetheart.
honor it was. I was like 6 years old. He taught me how to do tap wings.
Yeah, he was famous for that. Yeah,
Right? Tap wings, just like that. I was 6 years old. I was catching a show called The Tribute to James Cagney in New York City. It was off Broadway, and he was the choreographer and the director. And it was just such an honor. I never forgot it. So
I love it.
Tommy Tune was a very sweet, soft-spoken guy.
beautiful, beautiful.
A friend of mine who was a small player on Broadway had a crush on him, and they were in the same musical, which was not James at Sea. Anyway, one of those wonderful musicals, and he used to pine over Tommy Tune.
Really?
So I said and this guy was short. He was a little Italian guy from Brooklyn. So I said, you know what's good about the relationship between you and Tommy Tune? You could walk up to him and give him a head, and you don't have to get on your knees. Because Tommy Tune is so tall, all you got to do is whip it out, and you walk up. So I got the same response from him. Well, don't you think the son of a bitch, when he was working, he said, Ron Russell said that I could give you head and I don't have to get on my knees. And Tommy Tune went hysterical and said, that's been said about me before.
Oh my god.
So
You know what,
actually,
man?
I also
Tommy Tune was gay. He was gay.
I
So-
I went on someplace online. I you went to school in New York, and I heard you went to school with all kinds of famous people that like you grew up with in school, like Sarah Jessica Parker. I think. Who else did you go to school with?
Martha Plimpton, Christian
Oh, I love her.
Slater,
Oh, I love him too.
Gwyneth Paltrow. I was at professional children's school.
Good for
So-
you.
You were.
I didn't even know that.
I told you.
You told me one of them.
I like to bring up all the fun dishy stuff because our audience loves our audience loves like name dropping of people that you knew.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Martha Plimpton's in one of my favorite movies, Running on Empty, and with River Phoenix, and all those people are great. So I think.
So
it's
when
terrific.
you went to school with Sarah, you went to school in New York. Because
Right.
she,
New York City.
I think you went to the same school my daughter Deirdre went to, which was
Oh.
York.
No, she went to a performing arts school.
Yeah, it was called Professional Children's School.
Oh,
And it gave us the ability to work while we had education. So, which was pretty cool.
You've been working a pretty long time because I don't know if you heard me say before. I heard you got your first record deal at 12.
I did. Santa Claus, dear Santa Claus. But I don't think anyone's listening to that right now.
No, nobody's listening to the Santa Claus thing now, but they are listening to all your new stuff. So why don't you guys tell us a little bit about the Hearts Up single? Tell us a little bit about it from each perspective, and then we're going to actually play the lyric video so people actually can hear it, so they know what we're talking about.
So, so basically, the Hearts Up came after the success of Bingo Baby, which we had the opportunities to do the remix, and then we re-released. So me and Julian wanted to do something a bit more melodic this time with the track, and a bit more emotion with the music, rather than just like basically coming up with another kind of like, you know, anthem like Bingo Baby. So we wanted to create something moody, something anthemic, lots of layers. Sent it to Ashley, and then Ashley was just completely blown away with the instrumental. And then I'll let Ashley say about the when she heard it.
So
you know, when you speak, you sound just like Richard Burton.
Oh, thank you very much.
You sound just like him. We have the same deep, like Richard Burton, that deep voice and the
I'm
same.
loving all these compliments today.
Do you know who Richard Burton is? Do you know who he is?
Elizabeth Taylor.
Of course I do.
No, I don't know because
and he was from Wales. So Richard Burton was.
He was, yes.
So you both have the same. But they're not compliments, by the way. I blow smoke up no one's ass. No, really. If you got it.
If he didn't think it, he would just keep his mouth shut.
Listen, baby, if you got it, I say it. If you don't have it, you don't get it.
Oh, thank you.
You were short, fat, and ugly. I would say, oh, Poverino, look at him. Oh.
Did you write?
Gotta go through life looking like that, short, fat, and ugly.
Did you? Who wrote the lyrics for Hearts Up? Did you write the lyrics?
No, Ashley and Lucas.
Okay,
right.
Oh, with Lucas. Okay, I didn't write Lucas's name down. Tell everybody who Lucas is, just to give him some props.
So Lucas Marks wrote for Katy Perry Electric for the Pokemon movie, and he has about 20 million streams alone just from himself on his own. He's a brilliant singer-songwriter, artist in his own right. And when I did get the track from Mark and Julian, I did feel that it could be the best track I've ever written on in my career. I was so moved and blown away by it. It was so beautiful. And I still to this day love the instrumental version of Hearts Up. It's so beautiful.
I'm excited to hear you sing. When are we going to hear it?
We're going to hear the song in 1 second. We're going to
Actually, a question. Did you ever say to yourself, too bad Mark is gay? That you would have liked him for yourself? He's cute. You make a good couple, right? Now, if he was
two beautiful people.
If he was straight, would you let him have sex with you if he was straight?
She might be married or have a
It
wife
doesn't
or
matter.
husband.
She could cheat.
I'm single, but
Oh, okay. So if Mark was straight, would you have sex with him?
Just tell him that you can't answer that at this time because you're working together.
Oh, you know what it is? Mark is such an incredible part of my musical life, and he's a dear, dear friend, and I wouldn't want to ruin that.
I think we've become a bit like brother and sister.
Let's say you didn't do work with him at all, and he was walking down the street, and you were like, "Oh my God," would you at least hit on him?
Of course, I'm not blind.
Well, no, listen. Now I'm 84 years old, so who the fuck wants to be at 84? I'm married to him. I'm lucky, right? But if I were 21 years old and Mark saw me, and he wasn't with his husband, Mark would have fallen madly in love with me. I was a very handsome young man, extremely handsome. I look like Tony Curtis when I was.
You're still a very handsome young man.
No, but I was really handsome.
Thank you.
With a great body and Italian, so
Yeah.
But Mark, you would have been in love with me, and I probably would have fallen in love with you too.
I love it.
If not, I would have tricked you for the night anyway.
So actually, how about you introduce the song and let's play it so everybody can hear it.
Okay.
Hey Juan, the song we're gonna play is the one that says Ashley Paul Love Foundation Hearts Up.
Let's go. I want to hear.
Go ahead, Ashley. You introduce it and let's rock and roll.
We're so excited for you to hear our new track, Ashley Paul and Love Foundation and Lucas Marks. Here is Hearts Up. Enjoy.
Maybe we're so magnetic. I'm never lonely in your company. Your face is so poetic. I'm living in your prophecy. I'm living in your dream. I'm living in your dream. Darkness indeed, like you know that you circle my sun. Hearts up in the air tonight. Won't stop, don't stop, keep throwing them up. Dive in, tell me what you find. Close your eyes and hold on to there's only love. Hearts up in the air tonight. Won't stop, don't stop, keep throwing them up. Dive in, tell me what you find. Close your eyes and hold on to there's only love. Till there's only love. Till there's only love. Close your eyes and hold on till there's only love. The wave automatic. You know your energy is haunting me. Your touch is just like magic. And now without it, I'm just not complete. I'm living in your dream. I'm living in your dream. Darkness indeed, like you know that you circle my sun. Hearts up in the air tonight. Won't stop, don't stop, keep throwing them up. Dive in, tell me what you find. Close your eyes and hold on till there's only love. Hearts up in the air tonight. Won't stop, don't stop, keep throwing them up. Dive in, tell me what you find. Close your eyes and hold on till there's only love. Till there's only love. Till there's only love. Close your eyes and hold on till there's only love.
I love it. It's club. You're a club singer.
Thank you. Thank you.
When I heard your singing, I could almost smell the amyl nitrate. The poppers,
Thank
that you hear. We live in Palm Springs, and we have a club here called Hunters, and it's a jazz
fabulous.
club. And your music is it ever in Hunters?
Oh, he should.
How does it get there?
I don't know. I don't know if we've got club promo doing in America. Have we?
We should do
I mean,
some.
it's totally dance music. I love
fantastic.
it. I was dancing in my chair.
Oh, thank
Well,
you.
Mark,
And
you'll
it's
have
a
to
good
come
voice,
out and we'll
too.
go
It's
there.
a very good voice. You did a good job on the video, I must tell you.
Yeah, for a lyric video, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So the guy Tony from
You have the beat. It's a great record. I wish they had it on.
Actually,
Thank
too,
You know, it's up music. It's happy music. It's so gay. I
That's
love it.
love. That's
But
what we
you-
love. We love to uplift people. That's
Yeah,
a big part of our message. Yeah.
And the thing is, I have to say, I don't think anyone's actually written a song because obviously everyone's doing heart emojis now
Yes.
with their hands, and I don't think anyone's actually done a track called Hearts Up before. So that's the inspiration because I said to Ashley about doing hands up in the air.
Yeah.
And they came up with hearts up in the air.
Right.
Ashley, how come
Yes.
when you
Yes,
when you came on the show, I had no idea what kind of music you did. You should have said you did dance music.
That's his favorite.
My favorite. I love
You
it.
like-
No, you know what? I have like an Academy Award, and I tell Jimmy if I like a song, put it in my car. And now that song,
That's like getting an Academy Award when you come on our show.
Yeah.
Because he only says
No,
that one out of about 100 people
no,
get
really,
that.
I want that music in my car.
Thank you. We'll send you all the tracks. We'll send you all the versions.
Yes.
I drive a bright yellow Audi TT Roadster convertible. So I put that music on and I drive here through Fayetteville and all the queens, they say, look at the old jerk with the loud music. And I dance in my car, I do.
So I like
You know, Palm Springs is 80% gay.
Yes,
You know
of course.
that.
Yes. But, all the RuPaul's races there. now, is-
Wait, say that? Oh, I don't know if RuPaul's Drag Race is here.
No, we live in a gated community that's like 80% gay. So I named it Fayetteville.
That was what we love. So you do. I bet you do tons of gay pride. I know. I wrote down
yeah,
that you
definitely
have
gay pride music,
that you have 2 gay pride performances coming up.
No, she's got 7 now.
Oh well, I only saw 2. I don't know what I read.
We've only just been confirmed. She's coming to the UK and she's got about 7 books already. So she's going to be all over the country when she comes over. And it'll be the first time as well.
Well, she should be. Her music is good.
Yeah.
It's a very nice video. Video was
We
very
can't wait for you to hear the new track because the new track is just
No, I'm
Oh my God, we have another one. It's coming out next week. Mark, is it next week?
next week. Yeah.
an easy
Oh,
name
Dan-
to remember.
Dan
Ashley
Scott.
Paul. I'm going to follow Ashley Paul. Her music,
you.
I like it. I really do. I'm not lying.
So happy.
Listen, I do not lie.
So
I tell the truth. If you don't like it, it's a fucking thing.
when
But
you
I tell the truth.
when you do gay pride, how many songs do they let you actually perform? Do you only get to perform 1, or you get to perform more?
No, we
No.
do about 4, right?
Okay.
4? Right. So
You
we're
know
gonna
what you should do, Ashley? You should
Jingle me.
you should contact the people here in Palm Springs that do the white party. The white party in our town is
huge.
Something you've never seen in your life.
Wow.
Never.
That's fabulous.
I mean, it's-
People come
no,
from all over the world to go to
it's
the
a-
white party in
it's a
Palm Springs.
I've heard about the White Party.
And
yeah.
our very good friend Cece Penningston, finally.
Cece Penniston.
Yes.
She's a good friend of
She
ours.
was there last year, and we were backstage and hung out with her with everybody, and it was a blast. They did a thing in the sky with all the little airplanes that you do. The remote.
They did like laser art stuff in the sky
God.
while they were
and
performing,
the
and it was
performance and the
great.
stage is
Oh, I
beautiful.
love that.
It's a big. And this
I love that.
major. I mean, I love the white party.
So, who are some of your
Oh my
favorite?
God.
Like, what?
Find out about it.
Yeah, you
seriously.
guys should definitely because you
Find-
should,
get
you
the
should be getting
contact
on the bills
and
for
tell
that.
them Ron Russell said you should be there.
Are you?
I'll be on that next week. Don't worry.
I know. Yeah, it's a really cool thing.
Then we get a chance to meet you.
Yeah, if you come to Palm Springs, we get to actually meet you. That would be a fun thing too.
That would
So-
be fabulous.
Who are some of the people that you?
Oh wait, I want to say something. Mark, please, when you meet me, don't fall in love with me and ruin your marriage. Just keep your distance. Talk very little to me and never look in my eyes, because if you look in my eyes, you get a hard on like you've never had in your life.
So we've had so many dance. We've had a lot of great dance artists on the show. Cece Peniston's one because she's a good friend
Love
of mine.
her. She's a good friend.
Joya Bruno from Expose. I
Good
don't know if you
friend.
remember Expose,
We
the
love
girl
her.
group Expose.
Yeah, they're
but
wonderful.
All great people.
I can't think
Sophie
of
B. Hawkins, you had
Say that again.
Sophie B. Hawkins.
Yes, we've had Sophie B. Hawkins twice. Actually, she's been on the show. I don't know if she's not really considered dance though, but we have so many like
No,
as far as music,
I
we've
really
had
believe-
Chicago, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Cool in the Gang.
I believe if Ashley's music plays there, the Queens are going to go crazy because it's got a really clean beat. You know what I mean? It's good.
So, who are some of your favorite singers growing up? First Ashley, and then Mark.
Oh well, that's easy for me. I love Donna Summer. She was my first. She was my first inspiration.
She was anti-gay.
What?
She didn't like gay people.
I didn't know that.
She was a born-again Christian.
I didn't know that.
And the gays made her. You know, gay people made Donna Summer who she was. Last Dance.
Right. Last Dance.
And she really turned on us, so we didn't like her.
Oh,
so
I'm
when
sorry.
Donna Summer died, nobody cared.
I also love Diana Ross.
There you go. She's a legend.
I'm Coming Out was a big song that I loved that I used to sing in the mirror.
So we were when we lived in Pennsylvania. We went to this event. It was a TV premiere of a TV show, and Ron has met. You know, he's friends with so many famous people. He doesn't.
Jane Russell was my best friend. You know?
He doesn't get affected by fame, except for only one time in the 13 years we've been together or whatever. And we were at this event, and Kathy Sledge was there from Sister Sledge, who did We Are Family. And he was sneaking out, and now she became a friend, and her sister Kim is a friend, and they've all been on the show, and we've done shows with them.
And I'm a dear friend of hers, and I love her. And you know why? I said to her, your song came to us at a time when all my friends would cry. When so many of my friends were dying from AIDS.
Yeah.
And so it was.
And that song played, We Are Family.
Yeah.
And in the club, this was in New York, all the queens got together and we all started hugging, kissing each other. Forgive me, folks, for being so emotional.
No, you go ahead. That's
But that song to me is magic because it brings unity of gay people at a time when we were all hurting so bad.
Yeah.
I love Kathy. We're going to be in New York. You know, I want to call Kathy and see her. I love her. She's a Christian, and she's a good girl. Came from a good family, and she's as nice and kind, as sweet as can be. I adore her.
Actually, so wait, go to you, Mark.
Beautiful story.
Emotional shit.
Yeah, no. You go ahead.
We want your hit though. We want your song to be one of those songs that everybody like identifies with. Like everybody's got their like single, and you do have the one single that already it was a huge hit. But now we're ready for another huge hit for you, and this could be it because it's really, really good.
Oh,
thank you.
So much.
We worked so hard on it. We felt so blessed when we were finished with that song. It just happened so fast. Like it was just the track, the lyrics, the recording, and boom. It was just like came together, you know? Just
well,
really.
It's like I always say, never try to put a square in a round hole because it won't fit. And this is what happened with your music. Everything just fit.
Right.
It just the same thing with acting, the same thing with a movie.
Wait, so go to Mark. Mark, who were some of your influences growing up?
Oh, so Kate Bush.
Oh my God, Running Up That Hill, greatest song ever.
Yeah. Kathy Dennis.
Kathy Dennis, fantastic.
But nobody likes Johnny Mathis. I mean,
who?
Johnny Mathis.
They're not old enough to know who Johnny
Mathis is. You know Johnny Mathis is? I'm going to commit suicide.
Wait,
I'm killing myself on television.
Did you say Johnny Mathis?
Yeah, Johnny Mathis
is the number one singer
she knows Johnny Mathis.
in America, better than Frank Sinatra.
Johnny Mathis has sold the most records out of anybody in the history of music.
Did you ever hear the song Chances Are? Of course, I wear a silly.
I mean, it was popular in the 50s.
I mean,
there you go.
Johnny Mathis is like America's greatest
like that song.
Kathy Dennis is good. You know who else I like a lot? Who I think is British, but the Communards and Jimmy Somerville. That's
Of course, absolutely, yeah, definitely. Mark Almond as well.
Yeah, fantastic. I
Mark,
love it.
I bet you $10 you know this name, Judy Garland.
Of course I do.
Oh,
Judy Garland. Of course.
So wait,
if there's a gay guy that doesn't know Judy Garland, watch out, he's not gay.
Judy Garland was
icon.
I'm sorry. She was my inspiration when I was doing off Broadway.
Which is so cool that you were off Broadway at such a young age. So how did the two of you guys actually, you living in America, well, I guess you go to the UK a lot. How did you guys actually meet to work together in the first place?
So Love Foundation UK formed March last year, 2023. And then Ashley's Love Light Me Up came to us to remix. And then we got to remix her track Bingo Baby. And then Bingo Baby became such a huge success that we decided to re-release it in March this year. And then I said to Ashley and her manager Jason, is there any chance that we could produce something for Ashley rather than remix? And Hearts Up was born.
So do you prefer to produce than remix? Then you like to produce better?
Yeah, I think original productions it's the whole writing process of the thing and the collaboration of working with people. Do you know what I mean? But when we kept Ashley's voice is just gold.
So we're really good friends with Tracy Young. I don't know if you know who Tracy Young is, the DJ.
I know Tracy Young.
But she's a really good friend of ours, and I was a good friend of hers when I lived in Florida because I used to live in
Now, enough
Florida.
about business. We did a lot about business. I have Snoopy Yentas out there, people that want to know in stuff. Mark, how'd you meet? Oh, wait, first of all, is your husband as cute as you are?
He is.
That right, or you're in trouble.
No.
He's in bed though.
No, people say to me, is your husband as cute as you are? And I say, well.
My husband will Google 2/3, and yeah, you'll see.
Okay.
Look for
and how did you meet him?
I met him. Well, there's a funny story with Lee actually, because he came 2/3 was around E17 time, 94, 95. And I moved to London in 95 and I kept seeing him in clubs and all this stuff. I was quite young then. And then we kept paths. And then on my 21st birthday, we went to Heaven Nightclub. I went to Heaven Nightclub on my 21st birthday and our eyes met. We fell in love and got married within 6 months.
And you're still together. Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, I was he picked me up. I was just a street pickup.
I picked him up in a mall. I tried to pick him up in a mall.
He picked me up in a mall like I was some sort of a whore, right? He come up to me. He was ready to blow me in the mall in front of everybody. He was like a degenerate. And you had to see what he looked like. He was a rock person. He had like crazy hair, earrings. He had dungarees that were ripped with his underwear showing. I mean, he was like I thought he was homeless and filthy. And he comes up to me in the mall and he said, "You're the most gorgeous man I've ever seen," or some bullshit line like that. And I said, "Get the fuck out of here. You know, you stupid jerk. How dare you even think you could talk to me? You're such a nothing." I really mean it. And I kept walking. He kept following me. He didn't leave me alone. So then I was with a guy I was dating a couple of weeks later back in the mall.
And I was there again.
And I said to my date, "This is the jerk that was trying to hit on me. Could you believe this thing? This creature would ever try to hit on me." And then he spoke, and I thought he was nice. And I said, "We're doing a Halloween spectacular in a mansion. Would you like to play an Undertaker?" And he said yes. And then, to make a long story short,
we gotta go.
When we were doing the event, he cut his hair, I guess took a shower, shaved, was in a blue suit with a white shirt and a tie. And I walked in and I saw him and I said, "Okay, I'm going to marry that one." And I did.
He loved it.
And
so let's go to you.
11 years later, we're happy.
So Ashley, let's go to you. So you're single. You're single. So what is your?
Why are you gay? Are you a gay woman?
No.
And you're single? Why are you single?
I know you're so hot and gorgeous and beautiful. There's no reason you should be single.
Thank you.
I have an amazing voice.
Your fingers and they all come like bowing down to you.
There's a trick to catching a husband, Ashley. No, there's
Go
a
ahead.
trick to catching a husband. Have big tits put in.
No, don't do that.
Men love those big, ugly tits that are so fake they're out like this.
No, don't. You don't want those guys anyway. They're not the right one.
No, I've been married twice.
Okay.
Twice.
Right. But it never, I think that my music is my first love.
There you
And
go.
so I think that's hard for people to understand. So I kind of have to move on because it starts out beautiful and then it got a little contentious because I need to do what I need to do. You know,
Also,
that's
it's
who I
probably
am.
for you to be a famous singer is probably very intimidating for a guy unless he's really
you know me,
successful.
I believe in marriage. If you were in love with somebody right now, your music would be better. Because when we're in love, things happen.
Yes,
to us that's wonderful. We see
Here's
colors
what you need to
different.
do. Okay, we only got 4 minutes. So here's the thing about it. Here's what you could do. You could be in the UK.
You know what? You got nose
Stop,
hairs.
stop.
Cut the nose
UK,
hairs.
stop it. Stop,
Forest.
stop,
You
stop.
got a
No, stop it.
forest
We don't
up
have
there.
time. We don't have time.
But you got a
Okay,
forest.
listen. Okay, so you go to New York, the UK, and LA. So you just need to find a cute person in each one to have fun with while you were there. And so
Yeah,
give our audience an idea based on like some celebrity that people might know. If you were going to have your choice of someone to go out with, what would they kind of look like? Like they kind of look like Keanu Reeves, or they kind of look like Ben
Mark.
Affleck, or they
look
look
like Mark. I have an idea.
They don't look like Mark. Wait, let her answer.
No, wait. I have an idea. Before we go any further, Mark, you have a sex change. You become a woman, and then you could be a lesbian with her.
No. Actually, what would you like? Who's a celebrity who you think is attractive?
Oh gosh, I used to have a crush on Boris Becker, the tennis player.
Oh, that's so funny. So I was a tennis player all through college. I competed through college, and so I know who
really?
he is. Yeah, so I was a really.
And
good
now
tennis
he
player.
plays tennis with an electric thing I got for Father's Day that kills flies.
Oh yeah, we got this
It's a
electronic
tennis-
fly sweater, like a tennis racket, and you swing it and hit the fly, and the fly hits it, and it burns up.
And he hasn't stopped playing with it. He's
Since
out on
Father's Day.
He's out in the garden killing flies.
So wait a sec. So let's go back because we have 2 minutes. So Ashley, where are you playing next? Where will people be able to see you? Do you know?
Yeah, so on the 29th through the end of the summer, I'm going to be playing all over the UK. I can send you the poster, the flyer, if you'd like to see it.
You guys can follow Ashley because where do you post most of your information for people to find it?
Instagram.
Instagram, you guys. So her Instagram is official_Ashley_Paul. And then with Mark, his Instagram is MarkLoveRush79. And then there's also a Love Foundation one, but I don't know what it is because I didn't
Yeah,
write
it's Love Foundation. Yeah, Love Foundation
UK
music.
Oh,
Love
music.
Foundation
Now,
music.
Mark, is Love Rush your real last name?
I came up with the name when I was 18.
So it's not your real name, Love Rush.
No, my real name's Schneider.
That's still not British.
So now,
He's making
now
fun.
can I understand the name?
1
Love,
minute.
Love Rush means I do rush when I love. You know what rush is.
Yeah, I know exactly what it
So
is.
that way you were like making love one night with Rush, and that's how you got your name.
No, I didn't. No. Was Rush going back then? I
Yeah,
know
oh,
it's-
yeah, probably. Yeah, it probably was. Yes, it probably was. Hang on, you guys, because we only have a little bit left. So, you guys, listen up. Check out all of Ashley's great music. Follow her on Instagram. Her website is ashpaulmusic.com. Check out Bingo Baby. It broke over 1 million streams. The new single is called Hearts Up. She also has When Boys Cry, which was a huge hit. She has Come and Get Me, which is a really, really good song. I like that one a lot. And she's got a new music getting ready to come out. And we want to wish you all the best in the tour, and we hope you come to America so we can come
Yeah,
see you
we'd
playing
love to see
someplace.
you at the White Party.
And I just want to say this has been an absolute thrill ride. I've so enjoyed myself.
Good. So
Me too.
we'll have you guys back again. So when new
Right.
music comes out, let us know. I'm following you both on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or you can talk to Holly and just say, hey, we want to
Yeah,
get.
absolutely, definitely.
But we want to thank Holly from ICTPR for setting this whole interview up.
Thank
Ashley,
you.
you're a superstar. You're gorgeous. I wish you all the best with everything.
and I love
Thank you so much. I
guys-
love me. I loved meeting you guys.
We had a blast. So thank you so much, guys. Have a great summer tour. Oh yeah, there you go. Hearts up, and we'll see you guys soon.
Thanks,
Okay.
everybody. And Mark,
Bye. Love you.
Mark,
Bye.
do not text
Guys,
message.
later.
Do not text message me that you're in love with me. I'm not interested. I'm taking Mark. Sorry.
All right, everybody, we gotta go.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Have a good time, kids.
Bye.
Can turn out to be so wrong.
Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.